What's up, fellas? Tech enthusiast here. So in front of me I have an HP 15RB004i laptop. Now I know the last time I posted was about 6 years ago, but hey, hopefully we can pick up where we left off. The owner of this laptop says it's extremely slow and basically only works on life support, meaning the battery has left the chat. Taking a look underneath the laptop, we can already tell that someone has definitely been here before. How do we know? Well, the rubber feet are missing, and unless the laptop decided to remove them itself, someone has definitely opened this thing before. Now, this is me attempting the one-hand laptop opening challenge, just like you can do with a MacBook. And clearly I'm not winning this challenge. The laptop definitely needs a good cleaning, but that's not what we are here for today. For now, let's focus on figuring out what's actually wrong with it.
I've been hiding how I feel. Kadenge feels like easy, oh yeah.
The owner gave us the charger and they're confident that it works. But before we plug anything into the laptop, let's test the charger with a multimeter and make sure that we're actually getting the correct output voltage. We're looking for roughly 19 volts, and according to the multimeter, we're getting 19.39 volts. Perfect. So at least we know the charger is doing its job. Now, let's plug the charger into the laptop and we can see the charging indicator LED come on, which is a good sign. However, it doesn't look like the battery is actually charging. So yeah, the battery may be dead. It has officially left the chat. Now, let's try switching the laptop on and nothing. Well, not exactly nothing. We're getting a blinking caps lock LED. A blinking caps lock indicator can point to hardware or firmware related problem. So there's definitely something else we need to investigate. Time to open this thing up.
Every time I try to speak, isabukula sheba guwe. To you, to you, to you. Yaktana, but I'm scared, so scared. Yaktana, kotong yesaba. What if you don't feel the same? Isabu nigga thizi, oh yeah. Try to show you slowly. Gezimpa ways in Ghana, but love can make you vulnerable. Kisabugu wakuwe, falling, falling. Koto manjan sabi. I can't hold back anymore. Zokunigu chando wami.
We'll grab a Phillips screwdriver and start taking the laptop apart. Thankfully, opening this laptop is pretty straightforward. Just remove all the screws around the bottom cover. And don't forget about the rubber feet because there are some hidden screws underneath them. Also, don't forget to remove the battery.
I won't hide my heart again. Come nigga gon' get me. your smile. Everything feels right.
There's a little locking mechanism here, so slide that across and the battery comes right out. And once the battery is removed, yep, more hidden screws, because apparently HP really didn't want us opening this laptop.
Blessed be the name. Blessed be the name. I had it all, then it slipped away. The night was long, and the tears remain. But in the silence, I heard you say, child, I am here. I will make a way. I tore my heart, but I raised my hands. I lost my plans, but I hold your hand. I came with nothing, I leave with none, but I have your mercy, I have your son.
And there we go. The bottom cover is off, and now we can see the motherboard and all the internal components. The first thing I want to do is reset the CMOS. So we'll disconnect the CMOS battery and allow the system to fully discharge. I also discharge the remaining power from the board just to make sure we are starting from a clean state. Hopefully the laptop will turn on, I promise. Another thing I wanted to check while we are inside the laptop is the RAM. And likely we have two RAM slots, with one currently being empty. The laptop currently has 4 gigabyte Samsung DDR4 SOD running at 2606 megahertz. So there's definitely room for a memory upgrade. We're going to look at upgrading this later, depending on the budget. Next up is storage. This laptop is currently using a SATA hard drive, which is one of the main reasons it's going to feel so slow. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be an M.2 or NVMe slot on this motherboard. So instead of upgrading to an NVMe SSD, we'll replace the existing SATA hard drive with a SATA SSD. Now, it won't be as fast as NVMe SSD, but compared to a traditional mechanical hard drive, it's going to be a massive improvement. Boot times should be much faster, applications should open quicker, and the laptop should feel a lot more responsive overall. So now we know exactly what we are looking at. The laptop needs a few upgrades. First, we definitely need a new battery. If the owner wants to use this laptop without being connected to the charger. Next is a RAM upgrade. That's optional, but going beyond the current 4 gigabyte will definitely help with multitasking. And finally, the SATA SSD. That one is probably going to make the biggest difference to how fast the laptop feels. So our shopping list is new battery, more RAM, and a SATA SSD. Now we just have to find these parts at reasonable prices. And with memory prices being absolutely crazy at the moment, thanks to our friends in artificial intelligence, hopefully we don't have to sell a kidney to upgrade this laptop.
You are still good to me.
For now, let's put everything back together and see if our little CMOS reset actually did anything. Everything is back where it belongs. Let's connect the charger, because once again this laptop currently only works on life support. And there we go. The laptop actually turns on. Success! Although it's still taking forever to boot, but that's okay. We haven't installed the new SSD or upgraded the RAM yet. So this is basically the laptop running in its current condition. The next time we turn this laptop on, things should look different. We'll have a new battery, more RAM, and a SATA SSD, and hopefully the laptop that's actually fast enough to use without making you want to throw it out the window. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, especially considering this is my first video back in about 6 years. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Tech enthusiasts out.